What a company, what a company, what a company. And so tonight, you guys, we are going to just put the cherry on top, which are the testimonials. You know, we can go through these slides, we can tell you how short is short and how long is long and what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be like, but we want you to hear from our members how this company is changing lives around the world, changing lives around the world. And so, with that being said, if you have been contacted about being a testimonial tonight, because I know Coach D had some requests out there, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. I see Tanya Evans with her hand raised. Pastor Mel, I'm going to promote her to panelist. And let's see. And so just continue to raise your hand if you were asked. And so we got you, Van. So, Van, if you want to turn on your camera, Tanya, if you want to turn on your camera, that will be great because we are going to get right in the testimonials. And let me just say this, you guys. Oh, my goodness. You hear a lot about how awesome this membership is, and how awesome, the travel deals are, and just how awesome, how the leadership is, But what we want to do tonight is we want to bring this membership straight home, meaning your everyday life. We talk about, the savings, we talk about daily pay. And as Pastor Mel and uh, Todd Strand said, as we opened up earlier today, y'all, we're about a month away from Christmas, and there's just a lot of money that is spent around, these holidays and just, seeing family and just doing what we do. And so when you have an amazing company like Trevorium that will take some of that weight off of your plate, all you can do is lift your hands up and say, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I am truly blessed. And so, with that being said, I want to bring to the front of the Zoom none other than two-star director, Miss Van King. Most of y'all have heard Van King's story. She was probably about my fourth or fifth business partner that joined me 5 years ago. And Van, y'all, let me tell you her story real quick because she's going to touch on something different. Let me tell you something. The phrase stick and stay and you'll get your pay has never been truer when you talk about Van King. Van King, y'all, she was working on getting her three people. I know it was close to 4 years. She would get one, and then the one that she had for 6 months would fall out. Then she would get another one to replace that one. And guess what? The one that she had for 2 years would fall out, you know? And so, she didn't give up. But let me tell you the phenomenal thing that was happening while she was sticking and staying. Y'all, do you understand that there's a team still growing up underneath you? And so when those business partners finally got on one accord, and she had three at one time, and then she had four at one time, y'all, she never did see platinum director. She went straight to one-star director at $10 a day. So you don't know what plan God has for your business. You just have to stick and stay. But guess what? The story even gets better. A month later, she became a two-star director. Wow. It took her almost 4 years to get a dime. She was paying all that time. She was paying her monthly membership. And guess what? All at once, those seeds started sprouting together. So you can't get weary in well doing. And so, with that being said, you guys, I want to bring my homegirl, Van King, to the front of the Zoom. And she's going to share with you what she is doing this holiday season with her daily pay, and how this membership is not just enhancing her life through travel, but in other ways. Y'all better look in that back office. Y'all better
Yes.
look in that back office. Talk to us, Rand.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that story, Cynthia. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Pastor Mel, for an awesome presentation. I just wanted to say thank God for Travorium because I prayed for this to come into my life. I said, Lord, I need a second source of income. I work at Macy's as a fragrance specialist, so I'm selling fragrance all day, Lord. I've been working retail all my life. And I know the difference of getting a wholesale price versus a retail price. So I'm just saying, I got a new Christmas gift. Thanks to Cynthia who helping me get in that back office and dig up the discounts and everything. I got a new TV. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Look at that. Wow. Merry Christmas to me. But I tell you what, we went back to Best Buy and the Plum Benefits, and I got a 58-inch. The TV went for $500. We got the discount, and it was like $150 savings. I got the TV. Cynthia said, "Well, you got it for free, because then I would pay for it with my pre quick pay card." So I tell you what, the savings are real, and whatever you think this is 1,000 times better. Thank you, Cynthia.
Oh, you guys, know how Mr. Emergency be knocking on the door. Van woke up one morning and
Yes,
boom, her TV wasn't working. It gave up the ghost. It
yes,
fell out like them few business partners she had early on. And so you know how you get that remote control and you start pressing and everything. Did y'all know that TVs are back in your back office?
yes.
You better ask somebody. And it was so easy, you guys. The same Best Buy that she would have went to and bought her TV, she was able to go in her back office, save $150. Did I say Christmas is around the corner? Did I say you're gonna be buying all kind of electronics and gifts and this, that, and the third? Well, you guys, she was able to buy her TV in her back office, and guess what? She went to that same Best Buy and picked it up.
Yes.
Okay. And then, like she said, she got a great deal, but she got even a better deal because she turned around and paid for it with daily pay. Does it get any better than that? We
Nope.
told you that we were going to make those slides come alive tonight, you guys. You know, y'all, this is amazing. Now, talk to us, Van, about the status, because, if you want to see how the economy is doing, then all you got to do is go to the store. All you got to do is go to the mall. All you got to do is go to some sort of retail department store, and it will tell you the status of the economy. And I'll even throw in hair salons because I am a salon owner. No, I'm not a stylist. But when I tell you, you can tell the state of the economy by how often women are getting their hair done now. You better believe what I'm saying. So talk to us, Van. What is the climate in a
Um,
major department store?
Well, right now, a lot of people are not shopping, and our prices go up tremendously high. And it just breaks my heart when I see a customer coming in, they buying $500 worth of fragrance. I got to say something to them. I'm like, you like fragrance like that? we have the same designer fragrance that Macy's has in our stores. So I'm really crying out to
I
people,
love
why are
this.
you paying retail? So, that we got a new line called Joe Malone, very expensive. Gentleman asked me to price one. I went to the register and priced it. It was about $160 or something. No, it was almost $200. And so when I went to the back, I went to the back office real fast and looked it up. It was $68. $68 for the same fragrance. So it's a no brainer. You know, you saving money. I got T-Mobile. Privy had me save from $88 to $52 on my cell phone. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You know, why would people pay retail? I don't get it. But you better get this pay card and make it work for you because this money is real. You can't even spend it fast enough. By the time you spend it, it's coming back around for you to withdraw it.
Now that's a word right there, y'all. This is bigger than travel, you guys. It's so much bigger than travel. Get in that back office. If you don't have this membership, you guys, if you're a guest on here, get back with the person who invited you and let's go. This economy is not playing with anybody. Anybody. Van be at work, it be slow in that big old store, and she be working her business.
Mm.
She's making plans for her plan B to become her plan A very soon. So this ain't no game. We're not just talking these slides just to show you some pretty little slides. No, this is real. And so thank you so much for sharing, Van. And so what words do you have before I go to Tanya, Van, for those who just, is like, man, I can't find my people. That's my story. I'm, talking to the people. They say they gonna join, they don't join. They say they gonna get on the Zoom and don't get on the Zoom. I thought by now I would already be an ambassador, and I'm still looking for my three. I get discouraged. Sometimes I don't even want to get on the Zoom myself. What would you say to those people, Van?
Well, I would say basically, Cynthia, that if you know that God put this in your life, you know, they call it network because you got to put the work in to get the net. And when it's slow at work, I'm getting cards. I'm giving people, what's your phone number? Let's change phone. Follow up is the key, sending them the Zoom, following up with them, making sure they, getting their questions answered or whatever the case may be. But getting ready to retire next year. My plan B got to work for me. So if you know this is something that truly is a part of your life and God has brought it your way, stick and stay, and you will get your pay.
Love it, love it, love it. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you
Now
for
let's
letting me
go
share.
to our girl, Tanya. I haven't been seeing Tanya as much, but she is here. Give us an update, Tanya. What is going on with you and your Travorium? Girl, I know you are out there
Well, well,
doing the
well.
Travorium.
Oh yes, Trevorium is in my blood. I mean, I breathe Trevorium. There is nothing that I don't do with Trevorium. What I've been doing now is I focus on I reached my goal. I've been over on 100 different destinations with the company in the last 6 years. I've been with the company 6 years. I've been a director and a one-star director like 8 different times. So my story is a little like Vans. People come, people go, but I just keep building. But I came into the company just to travel. I had lost my 19-year-old son, and I said, Lord, I need a super casual fragilistic espialidocious type blessing. That way, when the people see me, they'll know that it has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with him. And God strategically placed this man, a guy, a four-star director, passed the mail in my life. And I didn't know 6 years ago that he was actually going to become my pastor. I didn't know that I was going to write not one, but two books. And our second book just went #1 Amazon bestseller. So I didn't know all I wanted to do was travel. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't know that I was going to use this platform to purchase my 2023 Kia Telluride. I got $10,000 off the MSRP, so I'm riding good. That's my company vehicle. I'm currently at work because this is my home-based business. I haven't worked for the man since March of 2013, and God is so strategic because that's when the company started. So he was already in the midst of things. My son was still alive, so I didn't know that I was going to lose my son, but life will life you. Like I'm currently going through some things right now, but at the end of the day, I'm not going anywhere. I've met all of my partners that I have. I got like 7 partners. I didn't know them from a can of paint. I met them on my travels, like my partner right here on the screen. I was on my 3rd trip to Montego Bay when I met Mr. Lotta. On my way, had a overnight stay in Charlotte, and he was driving the shuttle. And he was like, "Where you going?" I was like, "I'm going to Montego Bay for Christmas. Merry Christmas to me." And it's things like that. Like I'm the best nana in the world because I have grandchildren, and travel make you look young. I know y'all looking at me like, "Grandma, where?" Yes, I have. I'm gonna have 5 grandchildren. My son is keeping me busy, but my granddaughter, my oldest, her birthday is the day after Christmas. So she's ready for another adventure. So my grandchildren don't ask for toys. They want trips. Like we take road trips, we take trips. And I'm doing this for them. At the end of the day, you can't take nothing with you. You can have memories that will last a lifetime. My grandbabies will always remember the trips versus the kitchen set that she don't let her brother tear up. They'll remember Disney World versus a shirt or something like that. So I'm getting ready to relocate to Texas. So that's what Tanya's been doing. Tanya is building her business, getting ready to relocate to Texas so I can be with my church family. And hey, the sky is the limit. I'm living my life until the wheels fall off because you only got one life to live. And this has been my dream since I was in the 3rd grade. And they said nothing like this ever existed, but it does now. So Dr. Cope, if you are out there watching in Facebook land and you see this, I told you it was going to come about. I told you it was going to come. So you need to get back in touch with me ASAP. Turning it back over to you, Cynthia.
Wow, wow. I'm so excited about you moving to Texas to be among your church family, what growth you are going to experience to be able to worship in person. I know uh, Pastor Mel and Lady Cage, they are excited to have their Tanya live and in person with them very soon. That is a
Look,
blessing
all the time. Look.
all the time. But look, you guys, I hope that you hear what we talking about here tonight. Y'all, this business is life changing. You're talking about, because of this company, Tanya met her, current pastor, and now she's relocating. They have had such an impact on her life that she's relocating to Texas where they're at. It's huge, and then Tanya done taken over the past 6 years, 100 vacations. Oh my gosh, if this is not real, I don't know what more we can say anytime someone has taken 100 vacations using this platform, earning daily pay. Her membership is free. Are you kidding me? This is crazy because daily pay is taking care of that for her, y'all. And so I'm so excited. Tanya, I want you to introduce Mr. Lotta, because anytime I've never heard that story. And so for those of you who are saying, I don't know nobody, my family won't do it. My adult children won't do it. I can't find nobody. I don't know nobody. Tanya just told you. And Van is the same way. All of her personals, you guys, except for her cousin that just joined recently, are people who she didn't know.
Mhm.
You don't have to know nobody, y'all. All you have to know in your heart is that this is something that you're supposed to be sharing with people. And when you do that, I tell you what, you're going to meet somebody like Tanya. That is a powerful story, a shuttle driver, and now he is here. So introduce him as only you can, Tanya, and then we're going to hear from him.
Well, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce this man of God. Like I said, I met him. He was driving the shuttle bus at because he worked at the hotel that I was staying at overnight, and he picked me up and he was talk. We were talking about the business and how at that time it was my 56th trip or something around that number, but it was such an amazing thing. Like he called me while I was on in Montego Bay, said, "Listen, I saw what you sent me and I'm ready to sign up." I said, "Well, get on the Zoom. My team is gonna help you. They're gonna answer all your questions because I'm on vacation." He said I was a little mean, but I think it was because I had a little rum punch or some jerk chicken in my system. But at the end of the day, Mr. Lotta has come into this business. He has brought in some of the most amazing people. One of his partners, Jack Washington, I miss him. Oh my goodness, I didn't get a chance to meet him in person because he passed away. But them two together, that was his best friend. And I met his mother. So I mean, that's like my big brother. That's my big brother. So without further ado, I want to introduce to everybody and present to others Mr. Lotta Jones out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Take it away, Lotta.
Thanks, Tanya. Thanks for this slide. So first of all, let's say thank you, Tanya, for meeting on your 51st trip. 51st, I remember that one. You said, I'm going to Montego Bay for 5 days. Then I'm going to New Orleans for 5 days and a 28-day cruise. I says, out, what you doing? You sent me the link. And you were, and I called you 2 days later, you were in Montego Bay. And you said, get on the Zoom. And the strange part for me was most businesses in my younger days were businessmen in suits. And when I got on the Zoom call, it was 90% women. It really kind of blew my mind. And everybody had a different story, what it was, divorcees, singles, just a multitude of women. Of course, married men, married women. But I want to digress a little bit. So, firstly, Tom, you changed my life. But I'm going to go back. So, when I was born in New York, very poor area, I remember having a lunchbox. I don't remember if you know about a lunchbox. I carried a lunchbox. I don't know what Superman was on it. I don't know what Popeye was on it. But I was carrying a little bunch. I think I was in third or fourth grade. A guy who was homeless is in my building. He said, "Young man, why are you going to school? All they're going to do is knock you down." That stayed in my mind forever. So, of course, being in the poverty, you have a poverty mindset. Don't even know it. So anybody know who raised in the hood? Give me some heart, some love, some thumbs up if you know about the hood. Uh, so we had gangs, we had drugs. It was really a crucial time. The Black Spades was powerful. They were all the way from New York to California. My dad was 6'8". He says, "You have two choices, the gang or me." So I chose my dad. So my mom moved me out. She said, "We're going to get out of here, move up to the north of the Bronx." My mind was still limited. I became a medical professional as a respiratory therapist. I felt great, but I still felt that I could not go places that I want to go. So, of course, I thought I was a smart guy. So normally they tell you to do 3 shifts. That's your job. Then, of course, they said, "You want to do a 4th shift?" Yeah. "You want to do 5 shifts?" Yeah. "You want to do 6 shifts straight?" Yeah. My grandfather told me to work until it hurts. If anybody knows about work till it hurts, give me some love, some thumbs up. They tell us to work hard. Get a good job, work hard. And I worked hard. And then when I got my check, the tax man tore me up. I said, "This is not working." Oh, man. So then I got 2 jobs, 2 different hospitals in New York. Then my daughter went to college. So then that second job, she ate it alive. So then I got 2 private home cases. So I'm working 4 jobs. My chest was stuck out like a rooster. I called my mom. Who do you call? I'm gonna call my mama. I got 4 jobs. I'm Superman. I'm black man. Hey, I'm the man. I got it going on. You know what I'm saying? And I called my mama. I said, Mom, I got 4 jobs. I said, boy, shut up. I got 7 jobs. She just stuck a pin in me. All the air came out. Ooh. But she did home care for senior citizens. So she had 7 different patients. I said, wow. But I still felt I could not make it. Moved to California. I could have went places, but my mindset was still limited. Still, because I had to go to work. I couldn't, you get a 1 week's vacation. So I'm still limited. That 1 week's vacation. So, so I'm still stuck. I was still stuck, still unhappy, still frustrated. Why can't I make it? What's the problem? What's the problem? And I know I could make it to, Italy on a plane, but I couldn't pay for the hotel. I can make it to Paris, but I can't pay the Paris hotel. Paris hotel. So then I met Tanya. Oh, let me say one. Let me do one more sidebar. When I started working as a respiratory therapist, I started becoming Lotta Jones donation services. Lotta Jones donation services. Remember this. So I gave my first mobile home to one of my girlfriends in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Will you? That's for you. So a lot of Jones donations. So I was making good money. So my mom told me, I said, Mommy, how do you treat a girl? Treat her like your mother and your sister. Bad news. I gave so much stuff away: cars, transmissions, rent, mobile homes. Bad news. I'm very transparent. A lot of Jones donation services has ended, but in my prime, I was just giving the stuff away. Plus, as you know it, people ask for a loan and it becomes to be a grant. Bad move. The Bible talks about that. And Jack was one of them. I gave him a loan, and it came to be a grant. But things change. Things changed when I met Tanya Evans, and I started looking at the program. When I took my first trip to Punta Cana, I thought it was going to be an accident, a place that you go to these places and you're like, I made a bad mistake. But the place was beautiful. It was wonderful. From the pool that seemed like to be 200 yards long, uh, all you could eat, all inclusive for $194 for 2 people, 5 days, 4 nights, and it made me cry. I said, God, how could you make me so happy? Finally, I see the light. I see I can make it. I can be a better person. Finally, I can do things and not have that limited mindset, that work mindset. But now I could be free. There's no limits with Tavarium. No limits. So that's my thing. Tanya, Cynthia Sly, no limits. Let's make it happen.
Wow. Real stories, y'all.
Wow.
Real stories. You can hear the heart. You can hear, wow. Y'all, we promised you that this company changes lives. So we all have a lot to be grateful for this Thanksgiving season. And so back to you, Pastor Mel. Close it out. Just
Oh my
wonderful
God.
stories from our panelists.
Thank you so much, Coach Cynthia. What a time we have had. A lot of you gave me something tonight. All that grant work you did. You gave me something tonight, but we'll talk about that offline. Lord have mercy, Cynthia. All that groundwork he did got me thinking about some stuff. But Lord, Tanya, baby girl, I love you. Can't wait to see you. Coach D, thank you. We're praying with you. The loss of your loved one again, your sister's most recent service. Got a lot going on, but you're not by yourself. We love you in the Lord and we're lifting you up. To the Hart family, to all of our leaders, out there, and especially to those who watch this information tonight, or maybe you're going to see the replay. We gave it to you we gave the goods to you the best we knew how, not to get something from you, but to get as much as we can to you. We hope that if you take us up on this offer, you're going to be a winner and you'll multiply many times over with other people winning as well. That's what this whole thing is about. A better life requires a better way, and we found it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love you guys.